The history facts they teach you in school are interesting, sure, but everyone knows that stuff. It's the facts not many people know that make history truly interesting. Think about it. History is just a collection of stories, and the best stories are always the ones you've never heard before. So get ready to rewrite what you thought you knew, because we're about to take a deep dive into the weird, wacky, and downright unbelievable side of history. Prepare to be amused and amazed with this huge roundup of the top 50 craziest history facts you could ever know. Augustus Caesar, the first Roman emperor, controlled much of the world's most powerful empire at its peak around 1 AD. His personal wealth is estimated to have been the modern-day equivalent of $4.6 trillion. Alexander the Great's death in 323 BC is shrouded in mystery. While some historians believe he died of malaria, others suspect poisoning. However, one theory suggests he suffered from Guillain-Barré syndrome, meaning he was mistakenly buried alive. Qing Shi, a former prostitute, commanded over 300 ships and 40,000 pirates in early 19th century China. Her ruthless efficiency and strategic brilliance made her the most successful pirate in history. Chapter 4. Competing in the nude. In the ancient Olympics, athletes competed completely naked. This practice was believed to honor the gods, promote athleticism, and prevent women from participating or watching. Chapter 5. Et tu, Brute. Julius Caesar, the Roman dictator, was assassinated on March 15, 44 BC, by a group of senators who feared his growing power. He was stabbed 23 times, a brutal end for a ruler who had once seemed invincible. Chapter 6. A marble masterpiece. The Colosseum, the iconic amphitheater in Rome, wasn't always the bare stone structure we see today. It was once covered entirely in gleaming white marble, giving it a truly awe-inspiring appearance. Chapter 7. The Colosseum gets its name not from its size, but from its proximity to a colossal statue of the Emperor Nero, known as the Colossus of Nero. This statue, which depicted Nero as the sun god, stood over 100 feet tall. Chapter 8. Grigory Rasputin, the mystical advisor to the Russian Tsar Nicholas II, was notoriously difficult to kill. He survived being poisoned, shot multiple times, and finally drowned, making him a figure of enduring fascination and fear. Chapter 9. While gladiatorial combat was primarily a male-dominated spectacle, there were female gladiators, known as gladiatrices. These women fought with the same ferocity and skill as their male counterparts, challenging gender roles in ancient Rome. Chapter 10. Centuries before Columbus, Viking explorer Leif Erikson reached North America around 1000 AD, establishing a settlement called Vinland. The Vikings' voyages demonstrate their remarkable seafaring skills and challenge traditional narratives of European exploration. Chapter 11. Hans Scharff, a master interrogator for the Luftwaffe during World War II, had an unorthodox technique, kindness. He treated captured Allied pilots with respect, offering them cigarettes, walks, and friendly conversation, often extracting valuable information without resorting to torture. Chapter 12. In ancient Asia, particularly in India and Southeast Asia, execution by elephant was a gruesome but effective method of capital punishment. Condemned individuals were often trampled to death by trained elephants, serving as a public display of power and a deterrent to crime. Chapter 13. In preparation for the D-Day landings, the British government urged citizens to send in postcards from their holidays, hoping to gather valuable intelligence about coastal defences, troop movements, and other vital information. Chapter 14. Marcus Licinius Crassus, a Roman general known for his immense wealth, met a grisly end after a crushing defeat at the Battle of Carrhae in 53 BC. Legend has it that his captors, the Parthians, poured molten gold down his throat, mocking his insatiable greed. Chapter 15. More than 70 years after World War II, Germany continues to uncover thousands of tons of unexploded bombs each year, a stark reminder of the conflict's lasting impact. These unexploded ordnance pose a significant threat to public safety and require careful disposal by specialized teams. Chapter 16. Manly skirts. In ancient Greece, wearing a tunic, a garment resembling a skirt, was considered the norm for men. These tunics, often made of linen or wool, were seen as practical and comfortable, while trousers were associated with barbarians. Chapter 17. Technological leap. The incredible technological advancements since World War II are astounding. A simple singing birthday card today contains more computing power than was available to the entire Allied army during the war. Chapter 18. Pig on trial. In 1386, a pig was put on trial in France for the crime of attacking a child. The pig, dressed in human clothing, was found guilty and hanged for its alleged offence, highlighting the bizarre and often cruel nature of medieval justice. Chapter 19. To illustrate the vastness of Egyptian history, consider this. Cleopatra's reign, from 51 to 30 BC, was actually closer to the moon landing in 1969 AD than to the construction of the Great Pyramid of Giza, which was around 2580 to 2560 BC. Chapter 20. Shrapnel, the deadly fragments of a bomb or shell, is named after its inventor, Henry Shrapnel, a British Army officer. His invention, the shrapnel shell, revolutionized warfare by increasing the lethal radius of artillery fire. Chapter 21. Since World War II, all British tanks have been equipped with a boiling vessel, essentially a built-in kettle, allowing the crew to make tea on the go. This quirky tradition highlights the importance of tea in British culture, even in the midst of battle. During World War I, the French constructed a fake Paris near the actual city, complete with replica buildings and lights to confuse German bombers. This clever ruse aimed to protect the real Paris from aerial bombardment. The Eastern Roman Empire, also known as the Byzantine Empire, possessed a fearsome weapon known as Greek fire. This liquid incendiary weapon, often launched from ship-mounted flamethrowers, could burn on water and was a closely guarded secret. The Voynich manuscript, a mysterious book dating back to the 15th century, continues to baffle scholars and cryptographers. Its strange alphabet, illustrations of unknown plants, and indecipherable text have fueled centuries of speculation about its origin and meaning. In a poignant act of remembrance, Japanese fighter pilot Haruki Iki, who had participated in the attack on Pearl Harbor, dropped 2 wreaths over the Pacific Ocean in 1973, one for American and one for Japanese soldiers killed in the war. The beaches of Normandy, France, where Allied forces landed on D-Day, remain littered with shrapnel from the intense fighting. It's estimated that 4% of the sand on these beaches is composed of these metal fragments, a sobering reminder of the battle's ferocity. The saying, "fly off the handle," meaning to lose one's temper, originates from the 1800s, when poorly made axes would sometimes detach from their handles, causing injury or chaos. Fox tossing, a cruel and bizarre pastime, was popular among European aristocracy in the 17th and 18th centuries. Participants would hurl live foxes and other animals into the air, often resulting in serious injuries or death. In ancient Mayan culture, turkeys were revered as sacred animals believed to be vessels of the gods. They were often depicted in Mayan art and mythology, highlighting their spiritual significance. Captain Morgan, the iconic figure on rum bottles, was a real person. Sir Henry Morgan was a Welsh privateer who amassed a fortune through piracy in the Caribbean during the 17th century. Chapter 31. Genghis Khan, the founder of the Mongol Empire, was surprisingly tolerant of different religions. He allowed freedom of worship within his vast empire, recognizing the importance of religious diversity for maintaining stability. Chapter 32. While Thomas Edison is credited with numerous inventions, including the light bulb and the phonograph, he didn't actually invent most of the things he patented. He was a master of improving upon existing ideas and bringing them to the masses. Chapter 33. In 1952, Albert Einstein, the renowned physicist, was offered the presidency of Israel. He declined the offer, stating that he lacked the necessary experience and temperament for politics. Chapter 34. A horse of a different color. Caligula, the Roman emperor notorious for his cruelty and erratic behavior, allegedly appointed his favorite horse, Incitatus, as a senator. This act, whether true or exaggerated by historians, illustrates Caligula's excesses and disregard for convention. Chapter 35. Feline foes. Pope Gregory IX, who led the Catholic Church in the 13th century, declared war on cats, believing them to be associated with witchcraft and the devil. This edict had unintended consequences, as it contributed to the spread of the Black Death by decimating the cat population, which helped control rodent populations that carried the plague. Chapter 36. The Leaning Tower's tilt. The Leaning Tower of Pisa, famous for its unintentional tilt, was never actually straight. Construction began in the 12th century, and the tower began to lean during its construction due to unstable soil beneath its foundation. During the Great Depression, a time of widespread poverty and hardship, resourceful individuals repurposed flour sacks, often made of colorful printed cloth, into clothing. These feed sack dresses became a symbol of resilience and ingenuity during difficult times. Lord Byron, the celebrated romantic poet, kept a pet bear while studying at Trinity College, Cambridge in the early 19th century. He was reportedly fond of the bear, even taking it for walks on a chain. Iceland holds the distinction of having the oldest parliament in the world, the Althing, established in 930 AD. The Althing, a gathering of chieftains and representatives, played a vital role in Icelandic society, demonstrating the country's early commitment to democratic principles. The horrors of World War I continue to haunt the world today. Over 1,000 people have been killed by unexploded ordnance, such as artillery shells and grenades left over from the conflict. The year 46 BC holds the record for the longest year in human history, clocking in at a whopping 445 days. This calendar quirk was due to Julius Caesar's efforts to reform the Roman calendar, which had fallen out of sync with the solar year. Millions of years ago, the Sahara Desert, now a vast and arid landscape, was a lush, tropical environment teeming with life. Among its inhabitants were galloping crocodiles, prehistoric reptiles that could run on land at surprisingly high speeds. Chapter 43. Memento Mori. In the Victorian era, it was common practice to photograph deceased loved ones, often posed as if they were still alive. These post-mortem photographs, while unsettling by today's standards, served as a way to remember and honor the dead. Chapter 44. Twice bombed, twice survived. Tsutomu Yamaguchi, a Japanese engineer, had the misfortune of surviving both the atomic bombing of Hiroshima and, 3 days later, the bombing of Nagasaki. His remarkable story is a testament to human resilience. Chapter 45. A fleeting conflict. The Anglo-Zanzibar War, fought between Britain and Zanzibar in 1896, holds the record for the shortest war in history, lasting a mere 38 minutes. Before the advent of modern dentistry, dentures were often crafted from a surprising source: the teeth of deceased soldiers. These Waterloo teeth, named for the Battle of Waterloo, provided a readily available and surprisingly durable material for dental prosthetics. Believe it or not, tug of war, the classic game of strength and teamwork, was once an Olympic sport. It was featured in the Summer Olympics from 1900 to 1920, with teams from various countries vying for the gold medal. The fear of being buried alive was so pervasive in the past that people were sometimes buried with bells attached to their coffins. If someone were to regain consciousness after being mistakenly declared dead, they could ring the bell to alert those above ground. Contrary to popular belief, the phrase "saved by the bell" does not originate from the practice of attaching bells to coffins to prevent premature burial. It actually comes from the world of boxing, where a fighter who is in danger of being knocked out can be saved by the bell that signals the end of the round. George Washington, the first President of the United States, is often depicted as having wooden teeth. However, his dentures were not made of wood, but rather a combination of ivory, gold, lead, and even human teeth. We hope you enjoyed these fascinating history facts that you probably didn't learn in school. From Roman emperors to Viking explorers, from medieval pigs on trial to the shortest war ever fought, history is full of surprises. Stay curious and keep exploring the wonders of history. There are countless stories from the past waiting to be discovered, each one offering a glimpse into the complexities and contradictions of human experience. Subscribe to our channel for more intriguing facts and stories from the past. We'll continue to dig deep into the annals of history to bring you the most amazing, bizarre, and thought-provoking tales that will leave you questioning everything you thought you knew.